morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Scowling Flashback, and today's an exciting day. Today is the first stream of a pound for pound. I'm very excited. It is 4:20. I did not partake. Too much going on. But yes, welcome back to the stream. I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. It's pretty early in the week, a Monday morning for some, Monday evening for some others, and Monday afternoon, late afternoon for me. It has been a pretty nice day, and I've had a fantastic weekend. I feel like the first weekend in a long time where I didn't watch Flesh and Blood of some kind. And I'm actually realizing I probably got to tune up the microphone a little bit there. It was a bit quiet. What is this? No hat? Oh my god, no hat. Hat has been demanded. Hat has been given. The reason because I had no hat on is because I usually record my Pound of Flesh episodes without a hat. And before I went live, I actually recorded an episode of A Pound of Flesh as well. So I've been very busy already today. Before we get going with anything, I do want to quickly... Oh my god. I hope stuff doesn't crash, because it does not look too stable today. I already had some minor issues earlier on. And I'm just gonna hope that the laptop remains stable for next few hours. I mean, it's not much I want, right? Just stay stable for 3 hours while I'm streaming. It's all good. All right. Let's go here. Let's go here. Stream new. Hey, look at that! Look at that! Super bright. How is everyone doing today? Trundle, how are you? Good to have you. Burst, who did you pay for this time? I paid nobody. I never pay anybody who comes to my podcast. It's the fantastic community in Flesh and Blood that just does it out of the good of their hand. And this time I had, spoiler, Michael Fong on, which was a fantastic conversation, and you should definitely check that out once it goes live, which I don't know when yet. This week we'll have Mr. Scott. Oh my god, I forgot his name. Mines. Scott Mines. There we go. I found the name. Good. How was everyone's weekend? It's good to have you all here. So what are we doing today? We are drafting a Pound of Flesh. So what does that exactly mean? I guess you all know that was a work thing I had to check out. I hope that was the last thing that I had to check out for work today, and I can fully focus my attention on you guys today. I messed around with my microphone, so let me know if the microphone or the audio is an issue. I did the thing that you should always do, just mess with your audio and your video before you go live. Pro tip, don't do that. Actually, I'm not sure if this is... It should be recording. It should be recording. Let me just quickly check on this. Yeah, it's definitely recording. Good. All right. Tough Nut is fun. Tough Nut is fun. I agree. What kind of Tough Nut are you playing? Are you playing with Rock? Probably. Ooh, how did the armory... So you went 3-0, Trundle? Right, so, okay. Pound for Pound. What is Pound for Pound? Pound for Pound is my next project over the coming weeks. It is a 32 hero single elimination bracket tournament that I'm going to be playing for all of you. I like Tough Nut, but we will be playing Tough Nut during this tournament. So, the Boozing Spendog Aggro Tough Nut deck is unbelievably fun. I gotta... maybe we'll take that for the tournament then. So, what we're doing today is we're filling out first this bracket. And the way we're doing this is basically, like you have like a big tournament. I have the groups here. And we're going to use this to fill in the bracket. right? So you have in the different areas of the bracket, because you don't want the best heroes to drop out of the tournament right at the start, right? You want to disperse them over the bracket so you can potentially have the potential heroes meet each other at the end of the tournament. So as you can see, for every of these areas here that I have, like that I named after areas of Wraith, the Pits, Metrix, Solana, Dominostry, Aria, Mysteria, Savage and Volcor, you only have one from the top group A, one from the still good but not as good group B, C, D, etc. So hopefully that should make it really interesting. We are going to take these today and put them into the bracket. And as you may have noticed, there are more legal heroes in Flesh and Blood than there are spaces in this bracket. Zentavak, how you doing? Scorched Rose, hello. Good to see you again. So, what do? Right? So, first of all, it's 32 heroes because, well, if you go above 32, then it becomes 64. And there are not 64 heroes. There's nowhere there's nowhere near 64 heroes that are legal for Classic Constructed. So, we had to get them down to 32. And I have a qualifier spot here that we'll talk about in a second. And we have a Omens reserved spot. So Omens, the new set in Flesh and Blood, set 19, it's going to release in a few weeks. I wanted to have at least one hero in this tournament. So we're leaving the last spot in this in this tournament for that hero. It's in the very last grouping here. We should get there not before we have all the information that we need to be playing it. Otherwise, I'll maybe jump around in the bracket to give it time to get there. So LL heroes are buys? No. That's actually a good question, Burst. When a hero reaches Living Legend, there's two things we can do. And I'm open for suggestions. So either we backfill with another hero from Omens, or we backfill with a hero from the playing group. What is the playing group? Well, again, there's more than 32 legal heroes in Flesh and Blood. There's actually 34 as per last week, and now it's 35 because Hala, our new warrior, was released. So there's 5 heroes here. This is, as I like to call them, the dumpster fire of Flesh and Blood, right? It's Zuri, Betsy, Pleiades, Levia, and those are, according to the data that I have, the absolute worst of the worst when it comes to competitive Flesh and Blood. They're terrible. I've practiced these heroes, playing them over the last few days, because one of my pledges is I'm not going to go in and wing it. I'm going to play a deck that makes sense. I'm going to play a deck that is proven. I'm going to practice a few games, so I'm not going in with no idea how to play them. I played all of these decks at least 3 times. I didn't win a single game. I did not win a single game. They're like, yeah, they're here for a reason. Now, why is Hala here? Hala is here because I wanted to give her a chance to qualify for the tournament, but she's unproven. We don't know where in these groups they're supposed to be, right? Because the idea is, when you look at these groups, whoa. That was a bad idea. So the idea behind this is that Group A, these are the cream of the crop. Group B is good, but a little lower. Group C is like middle tier. Group D is pretty bad. Now, of course, you can't just take win rate of the tournaments, right? You also have to calculate how many tournaments have they played, how many games have they played, because a hero may have 95% win rate, but have played 2 games, right? So I used something called the Wilson score to try and even that out. Now, you may have opinion. Why is Ozillion Group B? Why is Rhino in Group B? Why is Dash.io in Group C? Well, it comes all down to just averaging out the data. Hala sucks. Potentially. Fatigue players can be playable, possibly no. Not saying it's good, but it's potentially playable. Well, Dennis, yes. It's potentially playable. All the lists that I took are tournament lists, and they did decently well. I just feel like she is too one-dimensional. But again, this is the data, right? This is not me forming an opinion. I took the FaBlazing data and I fed it into the algorithm, and this is what it came out with. So, anyway, Eugene is spiking the data. It's not only Eugene. Can I? Because I can dunk on Group A. Well, yes, but where in the recent results has Gravy been, right? Where's Gravy been? So, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, he's not performing. Now, obviously, the data will always shift depending on what data you take, right? So I took the last 30 days when I put this data together. So this is like 30 days plus a week. And the reason for that is because I wanted to avoid like any warping of the data because of Verdant's leaving or because of KO leaving or any banning of that. So I had a very small time frame for the data that I took. So this is like a big, these are like a few callings. Now, obviously, the longer you go, the meta changes a lot, right? But you gotta say at one point in time, like, this is what I take, and this is what we do. Maybe not a good Rhino that done something. Well, at the Pro Tour, there was a Rhino in the top 2 of the calling. I don't know their name, but did you use Talishar games or tournament data? I used tournament data. So I used FaBlazing. I do want to call them out. Blazing. So I used tournament data because I thought this was a better representation of how a hero does realistically compared to Talishar. Talishar has more data, but I feel like people take in-person tournaments, calling and etc. more serious, and that's why that's the data that I took. That's the reason for that. You can argue back and forth what is better, right? It's got a Basilio. What? Dory scares you? Did you limit the scope to last major ban term announcement? Yes, I did. So I took 30 days, right? I took 30 days. So, is there anything else that I need to say? I kind of lost my train of thought. So first of all, cool new things. I have a new logo up there for this challenge. I will also destroy this display here, what round we're in. Now, this is not relevant for right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to put together the groups, and then I'm going to jump right into the qualifying group, where I will be playing 1 game per hero. And if I have only 1 hero won a game, they qualify. If I have 2 heroes who have a game, then I go back and forth until only one of them wins. But again, my experience has been that it may be that we will end up with 5 games, 0 wins. So I kind of really need to know where it goes from there. Hey Roy, how you doing? Good to have you. Mitch, how are you? How are you? So, now remember, I'm doing a prediction bracket for you guys. That means what you can do is once we filled in the brackets, I will put this on Discord where you can go in and you can predict the brackets. You basically just, choose what it is. You go to the next round, etc., etc. And you get points per right prediction. Let me just show you what you need to do. This should actually be all right. No, we're missing 1. What am I missing? Oh, there we are. So you go to next round. You click again. Like, this will be the real names of the heroes that are qualified or in their brackets once we're there. You choose all of this. I gotta make sure that doesn't break. That looks broken right now. And then you put your name in here and who referred you, because if you get a referral, that gets you an extra point. Then you take all of that, you copy it to clipboard, and it copies it, and you post it in Discord in the specific area that I created for this. Why would you want to do this? Because the winner gets to sleeve boxes for me. You can choose if you want one of each design, if you want 2 of these, or if you want 2 of these. And what I will also be doing, I will have the winner of the tournament, like this logo will get adjusted according to the winner. There will be a delay on getting those sleeves ready, but if you want to wait for that, that's also an option. And shout out to Lilian who gave me that idea. It is a lot of work. No, not PvP, P4P. Hey, incorrect error. How are you doing? Sigma, how are you? So, however, if you miss top 32 and you're coming to this late, what I will do is, once we reach the round of 16, let's go reset. Once we reach the round of 16, I will activate a second round of predictions. If you get in late, instead of getting 2 boxes, you will get one of your choice. And as always, amongst everybody that participates, I'm going to raffle one of the boxes away, and you can choose what you want. That. I'm going to remember all these steps for predictions. It's really easy. You just click here, start predicting. You go through it. Pick. The website tells you what to do. The website, but if you have questions, then you know what I can do is like a guide video. So it's truly random. What do you mean random? Yes, it is random. It is random. And you know why it's random? Yes. So, wait, that was the wrong button. Because we have the bracket here, right? Let me bring it up. So this is where we are today, right? And thanks, incorrect error. I like them a lot as well. So this is bracket, and what we're going to do is I have 4 little buckets. I have 4 little buckets. Ignore that they have the wrong letters on the wrong colors. Like, we're just gonna ignore that one, but I tried my best, okay? So, these are assigned according to the groups, right? Remember, we have the groups over here. And so Group A contains these heroes, and all in Group A are in this little red box. And what you have in here is little pieces of paper that are folded. Ignore the blue, I double printed back and the back side. So just as an example, right, we'll take one of these out and we'll open it up. And we have KO underhanded cheat. Right, so what I'm going to go in here, pick one of these at random. I'm going to do little shake. I'm not going to look inside. I'm going to pick one. Then we pick it out, and then it is assigned to the bracket over here. And that's what we're doing for the next little bit. Does that make sense? I think that's pretty straightforward. And that's the way we're filling in this bracket. And then afterwards, we're going to start playing some games. Once this is filled in, I will post it, and then you can submit your predictions. Another thing, just before we get going, if you want, you can make a copy of this and play this bracket for yourself. And I'd love to hear what your results are actually, right? If you're playing this, I would love to know which hero wins in your bracket. I'd love to know. So if you have time, or you want to play a lot of Flesh and Blood with a lot of different heroes, then do it. And again, just a reminder, the way it works is, these are not the heroes. I'm not playing the heroes against each other, right? They are against each other in the bracket. I take, let's say, Rhinar, and I play Rhinar for 3 games in the competitive Talishar queue. I play 3 games of Rhinar, then I play 3 games of Dorinthia. If Dorinthia is on the other side of that bracket, then the hero has more wins, goes on to next round. If they have the same amount of wins, then I keep playing until one of them loses a game. What Discord channel do I submit in? There is a specific area in Discord that I created for it. Cool. Any other questions before we start seeding the heroes? I'm very excited to see what's going to come out of this. I bought like the little pots and everything. Right. So let me just move this pot out of the side, out of the way here. Cool. Good. All right. We're good to go. Let's start the draft right now. Where are the links exactly? Which links? Oh, forget the app. I'm gonna post that once I need to update it because the heroes are not filled in yet. I will give you a new version with that website where all the heroes are actually in there. Just because I just wanted to announce that we're gonna do this, but obviously instead of saying hero group A1, it will say Auxilio, right? Why do it easy with an app instead of a more complicated way? You gotta love the dedication. Yeah, that's a bit... yes, you can, Tentavok. Yes. What? Oh, if you wanted it to be random. Okay, so just again, like, what I'm going to do is, right, after we're gonna put in the heroes here, and after that is done, instead of here saying TBD pot A, it will say the hero's name that is in that matchup, right? So you will know which the two heroes are that are playing against each other, right? So in the pits, we have four heroes, right? And two of them are in the bracket against each other, right? So you have hero group A and hero group B1, they play against each other. And the winner goes on, right? So this is Reinar, this is Dorinthia. With one of them, I'm going to win 3 games. With them, one of them will not. So you predict which hero will I win 3 games with or more games with than the other. Then that's your prediction at what goes on to the next round, etc. But we have plenty of time to figure that out. Plenty of time to figure it out. For now, we're just going to start filling the bracket. Cool? I'm doing like a thumbs up, but you can't actually see the thumbs up because it's cropped out. All right, good. Okay, let's go. And we're going to pick hero group A1. So, what is the first hero? Drum roll. We have, as a first hero in the tournament, Dorinthia Iron Song. I just talked about her. All right, so Dorinthia Iron Song was picked, right? So that means hero group A, 1 is Dorinthia. Cool. Cool, that is our first hero. Now, we go to group B. Now, I gotta make sure I did this correctly. I think I did. You can keep me honest. So, let's check. Let's make sure I did this right. So, is Dorinthia in group A? She is. Dorinthia's gonna win it all. Oh, maybe. Maybe it's gonna be one of the first groups to play. Right, good. Okay, so that is correct. So we're going to group B. I'm gonna pick one at random. I don't even look at it. Let's see what we get. That's the first opponent for Dorinthia. Jarl Vitradi. Jarl is the opponent of Dorinthia. So you did an app, but you didn't create a method to autofill? I mean, dude, I did all of this in a week, okay? I did all of this within the span of a week. I'm very proud of myself of what I accomplished. Can I just say so? Right, let's just make sure the data is correct, right? Is Jarl in group B? Jarl is in group B. Okay, so I think I'm doing it right. Jarl V. So the question now is, who's going to win more games, Rinthio or Jarl? Stream Snipers Assemble. Veet, how are you doing? I'm going to sneak into your games and make Betsy win the whole tournament. Good luck, Dirk. Alright, so that's the first two heroes. Now we're going to Group C. Let's give that a good shake. Let's make sure I can't see what's in here. And in Group C, we have Italy. We have, actually, Gravy Bones. Ooh. Oh, the pizza is already turning out to be a monster group. Oh my god. So we get Gravy Bones in spots for Group C. And then finally, we go to what should be the worst group, Group D. If these are from the Riot's pit, from the Pit's Riot, well, maybe we'll get one now. We'll get, maybe? What do we get? Max the Hype Nitro? Well, it's the Pits adjacent, right? Okay, who do you think is gonna win? Max or Jarl? I don't actually know. Who's favored in this matchup? Hey, Valentina's calling. How are you doing? I was the Cinder at the Army last Wednesday. How's it going? I'm doing fantastic. Good to have you here. Welcome to the stream. Wait, will it be filled in? What do you mean, will it be filled in? Right, so we have the pit is now seated. And we're going now back to Group A to fill in metrics. Who's the first hero for metrics? Gravy? Yeah. Hey, Rudder. I said until one hero has 3 wins. How many games do you want to play with each hero until you hit 3 wins both? No. So the way it works is, I play 3 games with each hero. If both... So one hero is going to have 2 wins and one hero is going to have 3 wins, as an example. So the 3-win qualifies for the next round, right? Or I may lose all 3 games with one hero and the other hero gets 1 win. So the one with the 1 win then goes on. So let's imagine I play Dorinthia and I lose all 3 games. And then I play Jarl and Jarl wins 1 game. Then Jarl goes on and I don't need to play the other 2 games. Does that make sense? Right, so what's the first hero that is into the metrics? KO underhanded cheat. I was actually very surprised that KO made it into the Group A. Okay. KO. RKO. Underhanded cheat. Good. Going back to Group B. Let's get this out of the way. Yes, the colors don't match. Okay, makes sense, Rudder? I'm glad it makes sense. Right, okay. Why is the camera lagging now? Actually, what if we... Why is the camera lagging now? I don't like it. Alright, we're not going to question it. We're going to go on. Reiner, Reckless Rampage, Uppergate. Oh, we have a brute face-off in the metrics. Oh, this is going to be good. Reiner, Reckless. How do you pick the deck for each hero? Some random list from February tournament list. So I try and find the best list I can. Not every hero has a recent relevant tournament list, but I try to find a list that is proven, that did well at the tournament, that has, if possible, sideboards and or a video. So I can go into this a bit more when we go into the qualifier group, because I picked it very deliberately, right? I come in and you draw Reiner, that's a sign. Yes, yes. How are you doing? Right, cool. So we grow to Group C. for the second matchup. You can have my Reiner budget list. You know what? I may take the one that Sigma and his friend made that went at the top 2 in the calling. I think that's what I'll go for. All right, let's see. The third hero. We have Prism Awakener of Soul. You know what? I'd love a Reiner Prism matchup. You know, if they could both make it on. That is... Honestly, if Prism makes it out of this group, she's gonna have a hard time against both of these brutes. That's gonna be tough. But at the end of the day, right, what you gotta remember is, like, it's me playing, right? It's me, and I can make a lot of mistakes. So this is not necessarily who's the best hero. This is like, who can I play? Right, we go back to the final hero of this group. We're in Group D. Let's give this a shake. You give me practice? Yes. Yes. How you doing, Bamboo? Alright, let's see. The last hero for this group is Arachne Slipped Through the Cracks. Slippy. I don't even know. How does Slippy do into Prism? Metrics. KO, RKO, Reiner, Prism, and Slippy. Very much interesting. That is the goal of this event, right? To find the most suitable hero for you. That is, yeah, Bamboo, that's it, right? Yeah. 048 heroes and being if they're from. Should we rename this afterwards to what is most suitable according to which heroes are in the region? I'm not above that. If we should change the names around that it makes sense, hey, if we can make it work, let's do it. All right, let's go back to Group A. And yes, if you're asking me, I did buy these little pots specifically for this. Yes, Bamboo, right? I didn't think I would have two brutes against each other. All right, so we go to Solana. And the first hero in Solana is Bravo Showstopper. Bravo is going into Solana. Good. Bravo is A very small sample rate, but that's a problem, right? If you have heroes that do well but don't play a lot of games, like, the sample rate is just not good. That's why win rate is insane. Like, if you look at Bravo's win rate over the last 30 days, it's actually insane. But yeah, you can't take that at face value, right? You have to do some math. But even so, yeah, he made Group B. Group A, actually. Right. Speaking of Group B, though. All right. I used what they call the Wilson score. It's all very scientific. All right. What do we have in the second spot going to Bravo? Ooh. Ozilio. I would say this is probably Ozilio favorite. I would say. Ozilio. I don't know. I barely ever played those two. Great. Watch streak reached. Well, congratulations on the watch streak. I don't know what it is, but 7 streams. That's pretty good. Good. Right. So, onwards to group number C. Keeping it moving. We don't want to be here in 5 hours. We want to be here. Alright, let's see who joins Ozilio and Bravo. It is Teklovossen. Teklovossen getting the Group C spot in Solana. Makes no sense, but hey. Bravo Ozilio should be incredibly favored for Ozilio in my opinion. Dennis, I would probably say you're right. But again, I have to play Ozilio, right? So, and they're not playing against each other, right? They're in a bracket, but they're not directly playing against each other. So, we go to Group D, and then we have Solana done. Let's see who we get here. We have Riptide, Lurker of the Deep against Teklevossen. Who will I be better on? I don't know, actually. I haven't played either of those. 0 for 12. Right, 4 more. Demonstary? Moving back to Group A. Why Tekla has a buy? He doesn't have a buy. Why you? Oh. Well, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. All right, let's see the first hero going into Group Demonstrary. Vincent Iron Maiden. Havoc. Do we have a hit? Demon Asteri. Hey, Postman, how you doing? We got a hit. Hey, thank you for the follow, Grizu. Thank you. Right, so onwards to Group B. Who is gonna face off with Vincent? We did it. You can sleep sound now tonight. Send Havoc. All right, let's see who is in the bracket against Vincent. It is Lyeth Goldmane. You know what? I want to say this should be favored for Vincent, but then I have to play them both. And I'm not sure how that will turn out. Because I feel like both of these heroes could be difficult for me to play. The Monastery? I mean, basically, right? Basically. Good. Alright, so. Hero Group C. Let's get the blue pot out. And we assume we're having half point. Lyeth is evil enough, it makes sense in their monastery. That is actually a good point. Right, so. Who did I get out of pot C? Dash IO. Well, that's not a good fit. But Dash is our hero number 3 in the monastery. I don't know what she did. I don't know why she's there. But she must have a reason. She must have a reason why she landed there. And final hero for the monastery. So Tekla and Dash. Honestly, the monastery would be 3 for 3. True. But we're not going to do that. We're not going to These are the results that we're getting. We could change the name of the group. Right. Group D. Who do we have? Tough Nut Bumbling Hulkster. Alright. Havoc, my challenge for you is come up with a lore reason why Tough Nut ended up in the Demonastery. How did Tough Nut get here? How did he get there? I mean, he probably doesn't know how he got there. But he's there. He doesn't know how or why, but somehow he got there. Right. So 2 evil, 2 good. True. Jarl versus Dory, that's interesting. Depends on the playstyle of both the heroes. If Dory goes mid-range, Jarl goes mid-range, then probably Jarl. Just because Jarl is a more relevant on-hits. But the thing is, again, I'm not playing these heroes against each other, right? What I'm doing is I'm playing 3 games on Dorinthia, and I'm playing 3 games from Jarl, against random heroes that I match into on Talishar. Whoever has more wins in those 3 games progresses to the next round. So there's a lot of factors here. There's like the factor is how well do I play them? What are the matchups that I get? There's so many factors that can play into this. Now, we're going to Arya next. And we're starting with Group A. Let's go back to the pots. This is not FIFA level, you know, but I'm doing my best, right? We're getting one out of here. And we have Valda Seismic Impact. Going to be our first hero in the Arya group. Where's she from? I don't know. People would be rigged, so this is the better production. Yes. Yes, Dirk. I can tell you, nobody's paying me to do this. Except if you guys want to use your subscriptions on Twitch or follow me or stuff. If you watch ads, that's basically all the money I'm getting. Nobody else is financing this. Actually, I'm spending more money on doing this than... Because I bought these pots for the specific purpose of doing this today. So, you know. B. Right, who is facing off into Valda? Send Havoc. Untilted. Alright, let's see. Who is playing against the Valda in the bracket? It is Fi Rising Rebellion. Now, I probably know how to play Fi better than Valda. But he's really not good right now. So Valda could still make it out of this bracket. Let's go to group number C. Letter C. And what do we get here? We have Kasai of the Golden Sand. I think Fi and Kasai, they don't really have anything to do with Arya, right? Kasai of the G. Let's type that out. Gold. Both are Volcor, yes. The slow with the all, probably some of the best they've did. Ooh, nice. In that case, it depends on your opponents having more than one brain cell and that ability to predict if Dory has an attack reaction. Get the less experienced player than if Dory wins. Yeah, maybe. Or, you know, my brain cells matter as well, right? Jarla's the best lore. Ooh, we gotta catch up on Jarl. Okay, so we have Group D, final slot in Arya. Who will it be? Who will it be? We've only got... This is the second last in here because we have 2 wild slots. Katsu the Wanderer. Well, almost made it into Mysteria, which would have been correct. Katsu the Wanderer. I'm not gonna say Katsu the Wand. I already filled it in. Sorry. I'm going back and forth a lot. Cool. So we got that. Now off to Mysteria. Is Arya from Mysteria? Arya could still make it to Mysteria. Otherwise, I don't think there's a lot of legal heroes from Mysteria at the moment. Is it Katsu only? Right. Pack. And we go to Group A. Let's see, first pick for this group. There she is, 300 years ago. Alright, let's see what we get here. We have Group A. In Mysteria is Arachne Marionette. You know, I can actually see that. I can see that. Arachne is everywhere. Arachne, Mario. I'm gonna switch up. I'm actually gonna... Ooh, that is not exactly what I wanted to do. It's a bit hard to see, but I want to make sure the camera doesn't cover when I fill in the names here. So let me move this a little bit. There you go. Good. It's a bit smaller now, but I think this is better. Good. So we have Mario. Actually, this is a bad idea. We'll just leave it here. And then we go back to Group B. See who's facing off. Who is going to be in the bracket against Mario? We have Marlin Treasure Hunter. I mean, theoretically, that should be very favored for Arachne. But at the same time, I was going to say I'm going to struggle with him, but then I struggled a lot with Marlin as well, right? So, who knows? Right. Group C. Who is our third hero? We will find out shortly. It is Ira Scarlet Revenger. We got another hit. Another lore accurate hit. Scarlet R. Good. And then we are looking for one more hero. This is going to be the last hero in pot D. Because the other two that would be in group D are wild slots, right? I think I've never seen you so excited, Havoc. So, who's the last hero in this group? It is Syndra, Drakai of Retribution. I mean, that kind of fits as well. At least she's a ninja, right? Or get a hold of guy that ended top 4 Pro Tour Kama, and the problem with Mario will be solved. Perhaps. Yeah. Wait, that was a Mario. Or Marlon. Alright. So, after the Savage Lands. I don't think there's any heroes left which are from the Savage Lands. Two heroes left in here. And we get Fang Drakai of Blades. Which was probably one of my bigger surprises for Group A. I did not think he was going to land in there. That was really a big surprise. We go to Group B for Savage Lands. So close to Volcor. Yes. So almost worked out. It almost worked out. But not quite. Alright, let's see who else. We have Arachne Huntsman. Also going to Savage Lands. Well, no, sorry. I thought it was the same group as Mario, but it's not. Arachne Huntsman. And on to Group C. Oh, that is the wrong button. We're here. Will you start the league today? I will. With the playing group. And then we have Huffin Hightail. The participant from Group C. And then as I said, you can't see this at the moment. But it's just behind my ugly mug. So the next Group D doesn't have anybody in here. It's going to be the qualifier from the games that we're starting today. Good. And then, as I mentioned, we have one more hero from every group, so that should make it pretty easy. Those of you keeping track should know which heroes these are. We have Victor Goldmane going to Volcor. Victor Goldmane. From Group B, we have Sir Bolton. Sir Bolton will take on Victor. Theoretically, that should be easy for Victor, because I think I will struggle a lot to play Sir Bolton. And I think Victor Goldmane is good enough. Now again, if Victor Goldmane, Living Legends before I can play him, we will either take a hero from the qualifier group that didn't make it, so the best lucky loser, or another hero from Omens of the Third Age. Depends what you guys will prefer. And Group C is our last participant in the tournament that we draw today. It is Olympia Prized Fighter. Right. Okay. Good. We're there. We're there. What a bracket. Victor's probably not going anywhere. Why? Elizabeth, hate to burst your bubble. What are you? Why are you bursting a bubble? So, this is the bracket that I'm going to play. And this is the information I'm going to send to you guys, right? Bolton does well into Guardians. Oh, okay. So, here we are. We have 2 slots that we need to fulfill still. One is from the Omens set that is going to be releasing next, and one is from the play-in that we're going to do today. Right? So the playing group is this. I call it a qualifier group or playing group in some cases. So next what we're going to do is we're going to play Azuri, Betsy, Pleiades, Levia, and Hala. I did bad on all of these when I tested. These are bad heroes. Right now, they are not good. Can you do well on these potentially? Yes. But we'll see. And again, right, what I'd love is if you guys play the same and let me know, like, who wins the tournament if you do this. That'd be absolutely, I'd love that. Should do bracket prediction like March Madness for college basketball. Veet, we're doing it! Veet, I'm light years ahead of you. I'm light years ahead of you. Dude, I have got it ready to go. Here it is. I built a web page, which I am going to... This is not ready yet. After the stream, between today's stream and tomorrow's stream, I'm going to update this. I'm going to let you guys know when it is up to date. You pick winner from matchup 1 in the pits. And from the second game, you do the whole bracket. And the winner gets 2 boxes of sleeves with the design of their choice. We're also going to do, for late joiners, if you join between round 32 and round 16 and you want to participate, you can do predictions again from round 16, but you only get 1 box of your choice. And anybody that participates, no matter if you win or lose, gets a box of their choice. I raffle away. So far, anyone. Then who we pounding? Everyone. And so you get 2 points per right predictions in the bracket and 1 point per person that you have brought to the tournament. So at the very end of this bracket prediction, you can say who referred you to this tournament. And if somebody mentions your name, you get 1 point. Can we participate in both? I don't know. I was thinking about this. I would say yes. I would say yes. Because I feel like if you redo... Because it's basically, if you're... So here's what I would say. You can participate in both. But if you participate in the round of 32 one, and you join the round of 16, you basically forfeit the results of the round of 32. Right? So basically we can use it as a second chance qualifier, right? So if you are crap in the round of 32, but you want to continue participating, you can join the round of 16, but your prediction bracket from the round of 32 will be scrapped. I think that works, right? I think that's a fair way of doing it. So you can continue participating, but you can't reach the top prize anymore. But you can still get a minor prize. Let me know if that doesn't make any sense, but I feel like that makes perfect sense to me. Good. All right. Heroes are seeded. We're here. I'm just going to quickly. We'll do this later on. I'll actually wait. Let me quickly share this to Discord. And again, don't worry about the prediction bracket. That's all going to happen in the coming 24 hours. You never make any sense to me. Yeah, you know what? I don't make sense to me either. But here we are. here we are. All right, so pound for pound. Let me just save this in the right spot. And I'm going to save this here. And let me just upload that to Discord. And then we'll have it there. If I can find it. I'm pretty tired today, I have to admit. But we're getting through this. You give me all the energy that I need. Okay, there we go. That is now in Discord. And if you haven't joined the Discord yet, anyway, what are you doing? Why are you not there? You should be there. Good. All right. Pin it to the predictions channel. I will pin it to. I mean, I put it in the tournament updates for now. I will pin it somewhere. Good. Okay. Good. Where are we? Black screen. The void is staring back at me. So we have to play games now. We have to play games. That is the deal. And the games that we're playing is actually, which heroes should I start with? We have the Qualifier group of Missouri, Betsy, Pleiades, Levia, and Hala. And I will play all of them over the course of the next 2 days. Uzuri, you want to start with Uzuri? I'm happy to start with Uzuri. The question is, if I lose all games, what do we do then? Top down? I can do top down. Actually, before we get started, I want to try something. We're just going to... We're doing it live. We're doing it live, right? We're changing things around the stream while we're live. Because why not? Why not? Let's see if this works. If you lose them all, you have to call James White and beg for adult generic hero. I don't think he would pick up the phone if I called him. I don't think so. I mean, do you have his phone number? I mean, that's the big question, right? Still says TBD. What do you mean? No, Burst. No. The website where you can do the predictions, that's gonna be I'm gonna do that after the stream. That's not gonna happen while I stream because I need to go into the HTML and I need to mess around with it. That is not gonna happen now. Just so we're clear on that. I may have made a mistake here, but why is it not loading? There we are. Oh no, actually it worked. Oh, we're all good. We're all good. I was able to change the thumbnail on YouTube during the stream. So you're gonna play and we can't do predictions? No, because the thing is, you are not predicting for these heroes, right? These are not on the sheet that we just filled in. What you actually want to do is, you want to wait until you know which of these heroes makes the main bracket, right? Because one of these heroes is going to go into the main bracket, and you need to know which one that is before you can do it, right? So the qualifier TBD slot here, you need to know what that is before you start your predictions, right? So we need to find that first before it makes sense to start predictions. Because none of these heroes are in the prediction sheet, right? That makes sense? Right. And you said you wanted me to start with Uzuri. I am happy to start with Uzuri. Alright, let's go to my decks. Back to what I was saying. Have I broke the stream before he even started out? Did you? Then he lost to Clash of Wizards and he outdid aggro. Oh, Havoc! I thought I heard you were streaming. I heard you did a stream. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. I have a little something prepared for this. I have a little something prepared. Let's do this. Turn this down. So, Azuri Switchblade. She is 31st out of 34, and probably the most debated hero in the playing group, I would say. The list that I'm choosing went 4 and 2 at a $5,000 event in Tacoma. It's the list that I picked because it's the most recent, best result that I could find with her. She works with hidden information, daggers, subterfuge. She is the original assassin, but I think also that means she's probably the most fair assassin that there is. Her play patterns are very predictable. Her hero ability lets you play a card from the banished zone if you attack with a stealth card with 1, so it's pretty predictable. So I think the meta that we have today punishes predictability. I think overall she's a little undercooked when you compare it to the other assassins that came after her. She's cool. I like her, but she's probably a bit fair, I want to say. And I think the data that I'm getting from FaBlazing and what we see what's happening in the meta, I think it is absolutely fair that she is in the Qualifier group for the main bracket. I'm eager to see if she can prove me wrong. We'll have to see if she can make a move. Now, I have something else before we get going with this deck. So again, the deck is from the deck that we have here. Just look at this again. So round 1 win against Teklo. Round 3 win against Ozilio, which is very interesting. Round 4 win against Kasai. Round 5 win against Vincent, and then lost to Mario. It does have basic matchups, so not ideal, but we have a starting point. And as we start with the first game of the tournament, of the stream, of the qualifying group, of a pound of pound challenge, I will introduce to you Azuri Switchblade. She doesn't pick a fight, she picks a pocket, a weakness, a moment. And then she picks the fight. Azuri has been in the shadow of the meta for long enough. The knife is already moving. Azuri Switchblade. I can't lie. I can't lie. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm redoing all voice lines for all the heroes that I prepared for a Battle Royale. I'm redoing all of them. And oh my god, isn't it an improvement over the first time that I did it? Oh my god, it's an improvement. I can't wait till you guys see the next ones. I can't wait. I'm having so much fun with it. This challenge is so much work, but I'm loving it so much. How much time did you spend to prepare this event? That's very impressive. Dude, I spent so much time. Can I get a round of applause in chat for my partner that is giving me all the time to do all of this? Like the last 2.5 weekends, all I did was basically prepare this stuff. It's all I did. Oh. Alright. You better watch it. Talishard may steal your idea again. Right? Maybe. Alright, let's find the first game of the day. Competitive, classic constructed, Azuri. I think if I have a chance on one of the heroes, This may be it. This may be it. But we will find out. Jarl. Okay. Right. I do not have a sideboard here. What I'm trying to do is like... No backseat... What I have to say, guys, is no backseat gaming. Do not tell me how to win the game. I want to do this by myself. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, you played this. You can make fun about mistakes that I make. But... Ah, they left again. Do not... I have to win on my own accord, right? Otherwise, it falsifies the data. I'm going to struggle with this at times. I'm not going to lie. But that's what we're aiming for. Yeah. And while we're waiting, by the way, while I'm doing all of this, A Pound of Flesh is also releasing their second episode this week. Because, you know, why not? They're so scared from the Zuri voice acting. So exactly, Burst. Just do what you keep doing. Just do what you always do. Just do what you always do. Scorched Roast. I will open the pack after this game. What do you want me to open? And by the way, what I'm also going to do, right, is I'm going to cut... Like, I'm recording all of this. I hope I'm recording all of this. I am recording all of this. What I'm doing is I will cut every game into a single video and upload it to YouTube as single events. Dealer's choice. Alright, you know what? I bought some Mastery Pack Guardian, so we'll do that. Ooh. Burst, what do you want? Gem Pack 3 or 4? We may have to look for another opponent here. Now, you guys know what heroes I need to play, right? If you have deck lists which are proven, which have sideboards, which have guides, please send it to me. If you have anything that you think makes sense for me to play for the heroes in the tournament, send it to me, because I can use help. Alright, so we have Victor Goldmane in the game against Azuri. We are going second. And we are... What are we sideboarding? Erase Phase makes no sense. Amnesia makes no sense. I think we're going to take the 6s with 3 block. We have 3 cards left. We're going to take the Pain in the backside. Actually, yes. Cool. What classified Solis has proven having done something at a big tournament? Like, you know, like top 8 at a calling, top 16 Pro Tour, etc., etc. Rhino calling finalist definitely qualifies. Alright, so game number 1, qualifying group, Azuri. We play Azuri versus Victor Goldmane. Let's see how this turns out.
Round 1, fight!
Right, stay start with 3 might and 2 gold by playing a Visitor Goldmane. That is a very good start. That is a very good start. We have an Isolate and a Command and Conquer. I think these are premium cards for me to keep. Because I can play the Isolate and then the Command and Conquer following that. They're gonna have cards left in their hands. They're going up 3 life as well. So are we facing a fatigue list? We are facing a fatigue list. They're gaining life. They're playing the Mills Grindstone that's trying to get cards for me. I should have probably sideboarded it differently here. Now, they want to block a lot. So what are we doing? We will... I'm thinking Spider's Bite into Isolate into Command and Conquer. I wish I had a different blue here. I wish I could have keep an Arsenal, but let's play this. My ideal turn would be to keep the Leave No Witness in Arsenal, right? But this hit now means... I just realized what was probably a mistake. They probably have a lot of defense reactions, right? So if I do this... Yeah, there we go. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. So they have the defense action, so I should have... I think I brought the wrong dagger. Okay. Another victor, visit gold main estate. And then probably just hammer again. Yeah, this is just... I think they're just going to try and fatigue me here. 7. That is more than I want to deal with. Especially considering the cards that I have. So I want to play looking for scrap into a dagger into arsenaling and pummel. That means I'm going to have to take damage because the shelter doesn't cover it up. I'm changing my play line. I think I'm going to play dagger into looking for scrap. No, I don't have the resources for that. So, because these 2 cards block for 2, right? So that really sucks for me right now. And my equipment, I don't want to block with my equipment at all. So, what's the best thing to do here? What's the best value that I could have? It's probably just looking for a scrap into something else. I can give it plus go again because of the cards that I have in my discard pile. I think what I'm gonna have to do is initially what I planned. I'm just gonna block with shelter. Only take 3 damage. However, Miller's resolves, and they're probably going to mill a card out of my deck. No, because I show the surgical extraction and they show the warmonger's diplomacy. So I want the clash. And now Miller's Grindsel has -1. That is very good for me. We're just gonna do Spider's Bite here. For 1, go again. I have to use my weapons. I have to get the value out of my weapons. Otherwise, it's a lost cause, right? From the very start. We're going to go for 5, go again here. There's nothing to follow this. It's just damage. And then the pummel in Arsenal. I think this is going to be very hard. Victor Goldmain is one of the best heroes in the meta right now. And Zuri is not. So we could pummel the surgical extraction here, but they are coming in for 7 again. I'm going to risk it again. I'm not going to block at all here. I don't think I'm going to be lucky enough to win this twice in a row. That would be very surprising. I did. They had to use gold for it. I did actually. Wait, hold on. I think I did win it, right? No. -1. Wait, who won? Nobody won. We both failed. Yes, send me any list. My list is basically Justin Koo. I mean, Justin Koo knows what they're doing, right? So, absolutely. So what was my plan here? My plan was pummel the surgical extraction. So, we can't send a dagger to start. This is very telegraphed. That I didn't block that. It's very, very... They should account for the pummel here. I'm keeping the Leave No Witness in Arsenal. I would be very surprised if there's no block on this. There you go. Yeah, covered up. I don't... If I had another blue, I could have done daggers, I could have done some shenanigans, but with that, I couldn't. Okay, so we have 5 here. I think on this turn, we go Pain in the backside, into Persuasive Prognosis with just a nick. I'm taking way too much damage here, but I think... Yeah, not taking all this damage makes no sense. We'll take 2. Oh. So, again, right, like, I don't have a lot of reps on these heroes. I have some. But I don't have a lot. And again, Joe, right? I'm there at 4. I haven't done a single point of damage to them yet. They are at 44, I'm at 28. That is not looking very good. So I wonder, they're going to push this to 6, right? They kind of got it, because they have to assume I'm going to activate my hero ability here. This is a 6 attack or something. Ah, dude. It's disgusting. It's just like, there's so much life gain on their side. Come on. What? How do I beat this? When this hits a hero, they banish top card of their deck. When this hits a hero, banish top card of their deck, then look at their hand, banish... Okay, so it doesn't matter because I have no cards left in their hand. So we banish 2 cards. That's how I win. I need to deck them out. That's how I win this game. So, we start with a pain in the backside. This is just 3 damage. So them being on the back foot is advantageous for me. We're gonna flick the Spider's Bite with pain in the backside, which activates its ability that attack actions have -1 while defending. I am then going to activate my Tunic to get Go Again. So to pay for the Looking for Scrap to get Go Again. And +1 for Looking for Scrap. And then we have that. Now, I could play either Leave No Witness. That makes no sense. They have no arsenal, so there's no target for Leave No Witness. Instead of, we're going to play Persuasive Prognosis. Again, I would be quite happy if they don't block this. So I can just banish cards. They will, however, do that. I'm guessing this is a 2, right? So I'm guessing they're going to block with the defense reaction, so the 6 is probably not going to do anything here. But it's all about mind games and I have to try it. There we go. I had to try it. I don't want to IP myself either. They play Visit the Gold Main, so they're going to do this, then just hammer me, and the next turn attack me with a lot. Kato, if you hit with the Dagger's Combat Chain, this gets Go Again. They're going to have an arsenal here. I'm going to block for 3. I also have to block. I can't take too much damage. Like, the attacks that Victor can do, like, with this, you know, they can push attacks very high. We already know there's going to be +5 through the mites in the next turn. Right, so, what do we do? I'm going to Dagger and hope that they're going to let this hit. My hope is that they're going to let this hit because they may have defense reactions. I need to let this hit because otherwise a knife through doesn't get Go Again. This only has Go Again if a dagger has hit this combat chain. I could also flick knives. Alright, so they're blocking that out. So I think in that case, I'm going to just play Leave No Witness. So they protect their arsenal. It may be an instant, right? This may be a bamboozle. They may have another instant card. And then we arsenal the knife through. I've been playing since 100. I've never seen Azuri, RL, or Online. Really? Oh, it's just a clean 4-block, 1-card 4-block. And now they're going to attack with the hammer for 8. Oh, yoy. I've been doing like 30 sessions. We can go to prep for Cincinnati. When is that a calling in Cincinnati? Is it coming up soon? Alright, so the goal here is... I'm gonna block 2, block 5. I'm gonna use the sink below to block as well. The head block I'm not sure about. Okay, Oh, it's SCG 5k. Nice, sir. Scorched. Very nice. What are you bringing? Okay, sorry, I just had to quickly check if the recording is still on. 2 PTI in the line. Nice. So, I'm going to dagger here. So I'm hoping that this dagger will hit. Because if the dagger hits, which it does, is we can then play the knife through and then follow up with the Codex of Frailty. Do you play the retrieve cards? No, I do not. No, I do not, Postman. It's not in the list. And in an ideal world, I would have more options and more practice, right? But realistically, there's only so much prep I can do, so much time I have. So I have one resource. The best option that I have is leave no witness here. That is cleanly removed again. So we're 35, 39. Yeah, the one that's quite good in Arsenal. Oh, another Visit Gold main estate. Why? Oh, Death Touch is quite good here. Just the Nick is interesting as well. I'm going to block with this Art of Desire body. So, I can do Art of Desire body. That's a 1 stealth, which fulfills the requirements of the hero, right? So I can either play just a Nick here, they're blocking for 4, or do a Death Touch. I should have actually done a dagger first. I made a mistake here. I should have played the dagger first, because I have remaining resources. Oh, that's bad. That's the first very obvious mistake here. Okay, I'm going to activate the hero ability. Yeah, if I could have played the dagger here first, this could have been much better. What do I give them? Blood Rot, Frailty, or Inertia? I think I want to give them an Inertia. That is going to be better for me at this point in the game. This is going to be a very, very big attack here. I'm putting the Codex of Frailty in Arsenal because that's probably my best one-card play, if I can't play anything else. Nathaniel, how are you doing? Yes, it's the first game of the playing group of A Pound of Flesh. Right, not much options we have here. We have to block with a 3 against 16, and that's just... Actually, wait, hold on. It's overpower. So we can block with this. Okay. It's overpower, not dominate. Okay, so persuasive prognosis. We could dagger into Codex of Frailty. I think again we need to use the daggers, right? I gotta get value out of the daggers. If I don't play them, I think my game plan is fatigue them. That is my game plan. Okay, no, it's fine. Is it fine? It's not fine, is it? I just made a mistake because I'm not going to be able to play that card. Not a mistake. I should have just pitched the chest and egg. Should have just done that. Yeah, oh my god. What a bad mistake here. Instead of using the Faendal Springtonic counter, I should have just used that card to pitch, of course. Of course. Isolate, that's quite a good card to get here. Command and Conquer. Do not love that. Do you want to block with Shakedown? No. We're gonna block with this 2. Then I can play Isolate into Shakedown or Slaying the Sink Below. That's the better play. Because this is basically... Now I can play her hand instead of whatever else I was planning there. This is what she wants to do. It's a good question, Postman. I don't have a satisfying answer for you, sadly. Alright, we go for 6. Choose a color. We choose blue. Which card? So this is... When this hits a hero, choose a red, yellow, or blue. They reveal their hand, banish a card of the chosen color. Which one do we care? The dominate one, right? Both energy counts from target, none... Yes. This. This is actually a relevant card. I don't think the other card is relevant in this matchup. All energy counts from target, non-hero. Oh, it removes the counter from Spring Tonic. Okay, that's fine. What do we do here? We have 2 defense reactions, which is not great. I can do Dagger. So pain in the backside for 3. Potentially sending a Dagger for 4 damage. No, they're gonna block it. Then I can do Dagger with Pummel and Sink Below. Letting that hit. Banish a card from your hand face down. So I can't activate her hero ability, right? So he knows if I play this. This hits a hero, banish the top card of their deck, then banish a card from the... But this banishes a card. So they may not necessarily want this to hit, so they're going to give me a card block. I think I'm okay with that. Oh, another Command and Conquer. Could they pummel this? No, they have no resources. And I need to... Ah, this is painful. This is a very... Just telling you the high current currency is actually a huge value for Victor since it cripples your tonic value plus generates gold. Ah, that's good to know, Sigma. I mean, after the fact is great, right? I don't mind you guys telling me after the fact the mistakes that I made. Just like during the play, like the play for play, I don't want to know because I need to do it myself, right? So I don't actually know what the best block here is. Because I can't play Codex of Frailty because Sink Below is in my arsenal. I think what we're gonna do is block with the 2 reds. Dagger Dagger again. Oh, is it a gold for each counter to remove? Ah, that is huge value then. I think this is the wrong decision here, but... So they're letting this hit. That's... No, they're not. Now I have egg on my face. Damn it! They played the freaking... The Storm of Shelter is so good here. It's so... This is so much value. In this matchup as well. The problem is I'm down to 13 life already, right? Like, I know that the life differential is not necessarily how I win this game, but at the same time, I need to keep my life at a certain point because otherwise I'm just going to die to their big attacks. Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what it does, Sigma. So we have a Command and Conquer here, but I can't trigger it. So we could Art of Body for 3. Raise a Reflex. Raise a Reflex. Give it go again. Ah. so good. Like Victor is too freaking good right now. I don't know how to get through it. 10 might? Oh my god, I'm gonna die the next turn. I am going to die so hard. I'm gonna die so hard. 1 dominate. So, how do we even get to Codex here? We could give it go again. So I'm going to both. I'm wondering if playing the Command and Conquer would have been correct here, but I'm gonna give it go again with my starting point. Okay, the reason why I did that, right, is because now I can do this to get rid of my hand. But I think I just may be dead here. I think if I think if I can get them to block, because I'm going to play the Leave No Witness here, that it could actually do the job. Or I take the no, I can't play the Shakedown because I'm missing 1 resource. I could play either Death Touch and take it 1 notch down by playing a Frailty. But I think the Leave No Witness is something they actually need to care about here. So I think the Leave No Witness is the right play. I may still be dead. Oh god, yes. The defense reaction. Uh-oh, the next attack is gonna be for 10 might, friends. Alright, how do we survive this? 15. How many Melcher Grandes did they play? 2. So there's still 1 left. So I could block for 6. I take 11. I go down to 2. I'm on 18 cards. They're on less. I can then play Command and Conquer on my next turn. I think I do that because I want to present... something... They don't really care. This may also... I should have maybe just played the Command and Conquer outright. The thing is, with 9 gold, they can just go dig, right? Whatever they need, they can just go dig now. And I'm gonna have to start blocking like crazy. So they are probably still ahead with the life differential here. They're waiting for the Macho Grande. Do I have any defense reactions left? We should have 1 shelter. We should have 1 sink below. Okay, so we're gonna block with 1 card. I hope there's no pommel here. Ah, the Remembrance. Okay, that evens the odds again. This is the 2nd Remembrance that we're seeing, which they can get cards from their graveyard, right? So which means they're back to 14 cards. I still have more, but the problem is that I'm down to 4 life. Like, again, it's not about who wins on life, it's about who decks out. But on 4, I can be dominated to death. How's everyone doing today? How are you doing today? How's everyone's week going? How's your week in Flesh and Blood? We're gonna get a tonic counter here while we have it. Orbitoclast. And then I think the Leave No Witness makes more sense because they actually have to care and they can't just not block. Well, they can, apparently. Okay. Yeah, they have a lot of defense reaction. Like, they have so many 4 blocks as well. Yes, now they're just basically to just hammer me, right? With hammer, like, big attacks. Ooh, is it a gold main? Oh my god, how much is this going to be on 9 gold? Oh no! So, if I want to have any way of surviving this, the shelter needs to go into Arsenal. If I want to have any chance of doing anything. So you could just go back from vacation, Nathaniel? Can't be at the beach, so much fun, and got to go on a dolphin cruise and see dolphin jumps about. That sounds very cool. That sounds very cool. We need to play this. So I'm gonna block it like this. Dagger, dagger into Art of Desire. Arsenal of the Sheld. I'm probably still gonna... 11 mites, I'm probably still gonna die. I'm probably still gonna die. I should play Persuasive Prognosis. I should just play it out. But I wish I had one more resource. Those are a lot of mites. Those are a lot of mites. So the persuasive prognosis could do something here. So a few words about your deck. More defense reactions. As there is true assassin, you can't play that fast. So in time to more cards, either way you could block and add the buyback. Okay. 18 overpower is pretty hard to block. I mean, yes. Yes, it is. I don't think it'll work out. I shouldn't have taken it down to 4 life, right? I think that's the story here. That is a big story. I should have preserved more life. If there's one lesson to take away here is preserve more life. I have 2 defense reactions. I have 2 defense reactions. Maybe we can still do this. Alright. We are on 10 cards. They are on 9. So this is blocking for 6. This is blocking for... So we can do 6 plus 8 is 12. So we can take it down to 2. But then that I lose a card. If we block like this, that's 8. Plus 2 plus 2. Actually, no. So if we block like this, we block... I want to keep a blue that's relevant, right? So blocking 7. And we block with 8, that's 15, that's a block out. And then we can play a pros... I should probably dagger at this point. No, dagger makes... Actually, I didn't... Actually, wait, hold on. Can I take this back? I do not need to block with the flick knives. What am I doing? Yeah, okay. That's another mistake. I don't need to block with this. Math doesn't math. Now... Do I want to take 1 card with the persuasive? Like, if I just dagger them, they don't have to block, right? It doesn't matter. Here I take a card. Pummel is useless. Visit a Goldman? 12 might? Oh, after this, I'm dead. Oh, Terrasonder. Oh my god. Oh no.
Show me what you got!
Oh. Oh. 25 mites? Yeah. I don't think I'm making it through the next turn. So they used the Remembrance to buy back their Goldman estates to create this stupid amount of gold, right? That's what happened here. Yeah, that's what happened. Big bonk. I don't think I have a chance of trying to fatigue them because of the recursion of remembrance. Well, here we go. Another 15. Sure. 31? Wait, how many times did they recur these? Round of applause for our opponent. And that is a loss for Zuri in our playing group. GG. So. Wow, how... So I basically, if I want to win this matchup, I need to be able to find a win. Like I need to find a way how I can get rid of their Visit Goldman in the States. But even so, like they're not gonna let me do that, right? How many Visit Goldman in the States did they play? Like even if I, dude, like even if I kept this at like 40 life, the last 2 turns would have killed me. This is actually insane. 31 mites. So what I need to try and do is let them not have gold. That's the only way I win here, is by avoiding them getting gold. Yeah, gravekeeping perhaps, yeah. Yeah. Alright, good. So that was hero number 1. In the playing tournament 4, a pound of flesh. We are moving on to second hero. And because earlier was determined we're going top down, we're playing Betsy. My confidence is not high for this deck. My confidence is not high. So what do we know about Betsy? Right? Let's look at the list first. So this deck is interesting, actually. So Betsy. This deck came in 14th at the calling in Akihabara. Betsy's skin in the game, she's ranked 32 out of 34 of the heroes that I rated by Wilson score. She has just 13 games in the dataset, so the dataset is really small for her. Which kind of tells you how bad she is, right? She plays a fatigue strategy, I believe. The list that I'm running is the only one that I could find that went anywhere close to a competitive event. As I said, 14th at the calling Akihabara. I think you know that she's not really good in the meta, that she didn't really get anything through the Mastery Park Guardian, right? It's still bad, even after getting the Mastery Pack. So that tells you a lot. If you think about what she does, right? Her hero ability basically says you get Overpower. Now, Overpower is just a strictly worse Dominate. So if you're thinking about playing Betsy, why not just play Bravo? And listen, I'm not a hater. I love her. I love this hero. I want this hero to be good. But she's not. I want to win with her. I'm giving her very small chances to make it out of the play-in group. So we'll see how it goes. And now that we've introduced her, let me go into what you've all been waiting for. If I can find her. There we go. She didn't come here to make a point. She came here because she has something to prove, and not much time to prove it. Betsy plays with everything on the line. That's not recklessness. That's the only way she knows. Betsy, skin in the game. And that's the intro for Betsy. By the way, I have a special pack opening for you, Burst. What did you say you wanted me to open? Let's do that before we start the game. Let's do that before we start the game. 4? Okay. Alright, so we have a Master Pack Garden first for Scorched Rose. Alright. I'm being bamboozled here, right? There's nothing in the back here. It's a full color card, but grind them down. Stonewall Confidence. Clash of Mountains. Annexation of Grandeur. Sunkwater Lookout. Ooh, I love the art. Ah! 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 What is that card? I did open up a good card off stream the other day. One of the generic M's from this set. Alright, let's open up gem pack number 4 here for Mr. Sigma. Fist my bump. Alright, let's turn this around. We've got an Engulfing Shadows in gem pack 4. Dynasty, you got it, sir. And we have a Frostspike. Ooh, beautiful. Blue, probably which they want this to be in, but I'm not a wizard player. Alright, one more pack before we get into the next games. Dynasty, can I find it? Dynasty, there we go. Alright, let's open up a pack of Dynasty. It is pretty, it is pretty. Right. Give me a EA Command and Conquer, right? That's what we're looking for. Spectral Rider, Urgent Delivery, Sap. Plunder the Poor. Annihilate the Armed. A Rainbow Foil Ponder, I guess. And just 2 rares. I'll take a Rainbow Foil Ponder. I'll take it. I'll take it. Alright, good. So, this deck... I don't have much information on how this deck wants to play, because the player that took this to the tournament in Akihabara, they are Japanese, and the information that I, like, as you can see here, like, I can't even read the name of the deck, right? So there's no way for me really to find out what this deck wants to do. So, however, I did play it a little bit over the last few days to get used to the game, to the deck. And just looking at the deck, right, I think it tries to block well and try and fatigue the opponent. I can see that there is Miller's Grindstone, which always tells me it's trying to fatigue. Big hits when you can make it happen. A lot of blocking. You have Oasis, you have Fate Foreseen, you have Sinks, you have Sigils. You're trying to outlive your opponent. Especially with the Heart of Faendal as well, which gives you life back. So I think that's what this deck wants to do. And then the sideboard, you know, is like when it goes extra grindy, the Remembrances. There's some Grife Keeping here. We talked about that earlier. There's some anti-arcane damage tech, the Imperial Warhorn for the mechs. Again, like, it was really hard to find a deck list for this hero, so this is the best that I can find. I think... There we go, the match was found immediately. So, game number 2 of the qualifier group is going to be Betsy against Arachne Marionette. I'm gonna go first. We have sideboards. Arachne Marionettes. So this is a bit side-fed stacking, 64. This is from quite a while ago. And I think what I want to do is I just want to slap them with a hammer and try to get my foot in the door with cards up. Alright, let's go.
Round 1. Fight.
1 second, just checking something real quick here before we get going. Yeah, we're good. Good. Right, so I think what I'm going to do here is just Miller's Grindstone. Macho Grande to the bottom of the deck. Macho Grande late game could be very important. All I want here is to start evening out the odds in my favor. That's all I want. And we're going to put the defense reaction in Arsenal. And do we ripple away here? We do not. I do have a Terrace Under, and the Terrace Under with a Miller's Grindstone is spicy. I'm thinking... Okay, we're gonna let it hit because it's gonna flick anyway. I'm thinking I probably need to block at least one more time this chain. That's why I let that hit, taking 2 damage. Okay, we have the Orb Weaver coming through already. And they're not attacking. Okay, that's like worst case scenario here, Mike. So we're gonna play a Terrace Under. Pitching the Ripple away. And then we're gonna Miller's Grindstone that. I do quite like the yellow defense reaction here. But we'll pitch it away. So this is for 5. With Dominate. If it hits, I get 2 of their cards. I'm guessing we're gonna get a lot of equipment here. So we're probably gonna get the Mask of Deceit. Yes, exactly. Alright, I should have maybe saved that for a bigger attack. They changed it to Arachnid Trapdoor. A trap. Okay. Interesting that they would choose a trap. Oh, because they're giving me inertia. So the defense reaction is going to the bottom of the deck. That is very smart and sucks for me. I don't want to see a Remembrance here. I really don't want to see a Remembrance. I really don't want to see this. Is there an on-hit? There's no on-hit. I'm gonna block for 3. I'm gonna block for 7. Trick him under the table. I like the card. We'll keep that on top. I'm guessing this is gonna be Arsenal Pass here. Yeah. It's 36 to 40. The Remembrance really not at a time where I want to see this. So we're going to take the Tunic counter. The Hammer for 4. The Terrace Under goes in Arsenal. Okay. I won the clash, so we got a card from them. That's very good. Can I actually fatigue them? That's a big question. They may just fatigue me through damage. I'm currently not marked. So I'm thinking of actually blocking this with equipment. Not the one that gives them a go again. So we'll just use the Iron Fist Revelation here. They may still flick later in the turn, but at least on this chain link they can't. They can, but they're not going to mark me because they can't flick the Haunter's Clave. Right? Oh, that happens. But we're just going to defense react with the Sink Below on top of this. And my hand is really not fantastic. I don't want to Sigil here. What I want is a blue. That's what I wanted. We did not get that. I'd love to Command and Conquer, but I need the resources for it. Hey Nate, how are you? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? How are you doing? So, because if I block with this, I can play nothing. I can play nothing either way. The only way I can play something is if I use my equipment here. If they let me keep something. They still have 2 cards in hand, right? So there's likely going to be a reaction there. I don't like giving them a quicken. I don't like doing this. But I have... Like, if I give them any card from my hand, I have 0 options for my turn. I don't want to use my equipment this early, but also I don't want to have no options. So now we have an option, and I think the option is just going to be Command and Conquer. It presents a relevant on-hit. It's the best I can do. Like, Drink him, I can't play. Either of those cards cost too much, I can't play them. And I think I like the Command and Conquer here more than just playing Miller's Grindstone. And we get another card from them. Okay, that's good. Okay, gotta let the dog in. Okay, so... there, Graphene Jellicraft for 1. There is no on-hit here. So with the Gravekeeping, we can actually do something spicy. Okay, so should have anticipated that. So this is just 4. Going into 3. What do I want to play here? We can just hammer if we need to. I don't really understand nerves, so that's why I did that. Never good justification. I don't want to give him a whole hand here, but this... that goes to 2. The grave... If they flick me, the Gravekeeping could be pretty fun. We're actually going... I think the Thunderquake is harder to play, so I'm going to block with this. If I'm thinking about the longevity of the game, right? Okay, so if I play Gravekeeping here, they have a Hunter's Clave. Are they playing any recursion? That's the question. They do. They have another obstacle in run. So if I play the Gravekeeping here, we can banish the card from the graveyard. Or I could just tear asunder. Actually, I'm changing my mind. I'm just going to play tear asunder into Miller's Grindstone. 5. That's annoying. Sorry about that. Just quickly had to check something. So they're not blocking that. That is great. That gives me 2 cards from hand. And maybe it's one of the top deck. This is actually going quite well so far. They have Arachne. They've played Black Widow. Yes, we got another card. Okay. Okay. Mark. Okay. Sure, Kiss of Death. And this is... This Garden Assassin card. Target attack card gets +3. So I need to block with 2 cards, right? When this hits a hero, they banish a card from their hand. So I need to block for 6. They could have a defense reactions. We block with this. And we play this. That blocks for 7. That blocks for 1 more. Okay, this is an instant, right? So if they have something to take a card from my hand, if that is the case, okay, so at the moment I lose 1 life. Okay, so they do that. In that case, I'm just going to play this to prevent the damage. Then I have no cards in hand. which means so they at least don't take a card from me. I block 10 against 10. I do give them momentum here, which I don't know if I want to give them 4 cards, but I think that's probably not a bad choice of what I could do there. Thanks, and have a, again, like I'm ignore if you guys are giving me tips how to play it. I'm just gonna try and ignore it, right? So because we're playing the challenge, right? I love the interaction between you guys and when I play the game, but I'm going to try and minimize it a little bit just so I don't falsify the results. So this is surely just 2, right? What could possibly go wrong by not blocking this? No way that they're going to play a reaction here, right? So they're down to 41 cards. I do not want to get marked. I'm going to play this. Then we're going to... Oh, no. That's not what I wanted to do. How come they get meta heroes and they have all the... You have all the bottom heroes? Because I'm playing the playing group, right? So I made a bracket. If you want to know how it works, here's a challenge. Go watch the video quickly, Nathaniel. Come back, and then I'll answer all your questions. So I'm trying to prevent being marked here. I think I do not want to be marked. 1. This attacks a marked hero equipped with Graphene Chelicra. I think I'm gonna block for 3 here. I'm guessing that there's gotta be... We only saw 1 Tarantula Toxin so far. But I think they caught on what I'm trying to do. So they're trying to counteract that. I'm just gonna hammer them again. And Arsenal, because if I play Drink 'em Under the Table, I can't use the wager ability. I need another 2 resources. March Madness with some upsets. That's basically it, right? Yeah. So we're currently playing into sort of the 4 worst heroes in the meta of the last 30 days, plus Hala. That's what we're currently playing. Now I'm very tempted to let this hit. I am going to let this hit. This may be a mistake. Actually, I could have blocked with Gravekeeping. It would have been fine. It would have been fine. Yeah, I got greedy here. I didn't need to do that. I'm going to pay for this, aren't I? No? Okay. And we will take it. So, when this attacks a hero, you may wager with them. The winner draws a card, the other hero discards a card. Alright, we'll do that. We'll pitch 2 blues here. We're coming in for 8. Yes, we'll wager. It'll give him overpower and +1. So we're coming in for 9 here on overpower. If I'm gonna win on Betsy here... Guys, it's getting realistic. We're getting there. I'm starting to dream. I'm starting to dream what could be. I have to take less damage though. Like the game is still, they can still do things. I would actually love for Betsy to make it into the main tournament. I would actually legit love that. Right, and what we have to do is like if 2 heroes make it into the main bracket, as per my games, I'm gonna have to go back and forth between those heroes until we've got 1 winner. Now it all falls apart. Andrew, I'm not sure. Okay, we got a sigil. So this is... Next time we hit a marked hero with a dagger this turn, draw cards. It's got an assassin card, Griffin, Chilica, your next gets +3. So they can get plenty of damage here. So what we'll do is just we'll forfeit this turn. Yeah. I will just block out this turn. I could have actually kept the blue here. Graphene Chalic, it's this one. Okay. Yeah, so they have another one. Cool. We'll just play the Sigil, get the life. Well, I can't stop them from drawing a card, right? But hopefully this will not... Ah. Well. Nothing I can do here. Betsy be fun. Betsy is fun. I love Betsy. Wait, did they just get a pummel and a command and conquer? Alright. We're still at 27 to 16. Things are not lost yet, but it's an all red hand again. Oh. You jinxed yourself? I may have. I saw the little end at the, the little light at the end of the tunnel. I was like, it could be. It could be. Alright, how about we block 1 here? Actually, no. Let's see what they do. This is going to be a blocking hand anyway. I'm going to let this hit. I was really disciplined about not letting them mark me earlier on. And I think that was the right decision. Right now, I'm making mistakes. So we're going to go pass on this. Sink below. I am going to sink the Sigil. Need it. I need it. I should have played the Fate first. It's such a... if I played that first, I could have fished for something better. And now I'm stranded again with 2 reds in hand and nothing I can do. That's now 2 turns back to back. I couldn't do anything. 3. This looks like a fatigue build. It is. It is. It is a fatigue build. I need to block more. You're right. I need to block a lot more. It's a good reminder. So we can play the Oasis here, right? It's gonna be more though. It's gonna be more. Gets +3. That's fine. We're still gonna play it. Give away the reds. We will. This one. So blocking 7 on the 10. Oh my god. Okay. All right. That was the 3rd one though. Oh, that's a lot of blocking gone, dude. Oh my god. Suddenly we're down to 15. Suddenly down to 15. Was that the 3rd Tarantula Toxin? That was 2. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god, what that turn, hey? Suddenly everything is looking completely different. Okay, let's reset and just keep the line. Right, we just keep the line. We're going down to 12. On there. We're getting a card from them. Hopefully. I won the clash. I got a mark. That's fine. Bathos, I'm ignoring you because I'm playing the challenge. And I don't... Like, I'm trying not to get backseat gaming going. Because I... Actually... Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Because what I'm trying to do is... If one of these heroes is going to make it into the main tournament, right? And I want to make sure, if at all possible, that it's out of my own play. And not because somebody told me how to win. I appreciate it, as always. As always. So that's 2. 5, go again. I don't like the go again here. If I swing Macho Grande twice... I could get him. Oh my god. Oh, for 9? I can't let him... I'm not marked, but they can fling, right? I'm gonna have to block this. And hope that there's no... Wait, is this gonna push it to 1 more? Yes, it's gonna go to 10, right? Damn it! Oh, no!
Oh, yikes forever.
Okay, I would have paid anyway, but now, yeah. Into true... I may just be dead here, actually. That's like, what, 3 turns in a row or something I just had to pass back. I think it all started by having, like, that all-red hand. That kind of started the downward trend. I just couldn't capitalize on having cards in my hand. It doesn't have to be a top 8 calling list to be legal, right? If you're giving me decks, right? It doesn't have to be. Okay, so being flicked here. Yeah, at this point they can just flick me. Yeah, right now it's just like, yeah. Just flick me a couple of times and I die, right? I'm too low now. I should have actually used the graveyard card earlier on to get their daggers. I should have actually played the gravekeeping. I think that was a mistake not playing that. Now the heart will give me life. Oh, okay, never mind. Round of applause for opponent. All right. Playing group is 0 for 2. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm not surprised. I'm telling you, I'm not surprised. I mean, if you look at this, so again, right? First of all, thanks to my opponent. I just played into one of the best decks in the meta. On one of the worst decks in the meta. Right? And if you're thinking about what I'm trying to do, this outcome... I felt like I had a chance mid-game, but I feel like they just played their game really well. Maybe if the cards go a bit different, maybe if I can find a bit better discard... I think the gravekeeping, I should have played that. That was a mistake. Get that dagger out of their graveyard. But all in all, it's just the story that these heroes write, right? So, just looking again. So these are the heroes that I'm playing right now that I'm trying to make the jump in the main tournament. And the main tournament is this. And this is what they're aiming for, right? So we did the draft earlier on in the stream. You can go back and watch that. We have 2 slots here in the main tournament, in the Pound for Pound tournament that I'm playing over the next few weeks. And on the very right in the Savage Lands, just under my camera actually down here, you see there's a qualifier spot. And the heroes that I'm playing right now are fighting for that qualifying spot. It's the 4 worst heroes according to the metadata. That is Levia, Betsy, Uzuri, and Pleiades. And I've added Hala into that group because we just have no data on her. We don't know if she's good or not. So because she has no data, it didn't make sense to try and fit her into this tournament. She's in the playing group, right? He did make top 8. Exactly. Yes. How you doing, Donnie? So she's not. Hala's not good. Yeah. We'll see. So now we go to Pleiades. That's the 3rd game of today. So what will happen, hopefully, after tomorrow, we will have determined who has the last slot, right? And remember, you can predict brackets. I have a whole homepage built where you can predict the outcome of the tournament. If you go ahead and do that, you can win some cool prizes, like these sleeves. Go to the Discord. Go join it. Go watch the YouTube video where I explain everything in detail. But the winner gets two boxes of sleeves. There's going to be a random giveaway for one person that participated that and win. And we're going to do a second participation at when round of 32 is done. So basically, what I'm going to do is, like, I've got a homepage here. I'm going to fill in the names of all the heroes which are participating. You pick who wins. You go through the whole tournament. At the end, you can copy the results. You put that into Discord. I have a specific channel here on Discord where you put in your predictions, and then you need to do nothing. For every right prediction, you get 2 points. For every person that you refer to the tournament that name you get 1 extra point. The person with the most points at the end of the tournament wins. So really simple. And you know what? If you play the same bracket that I'm playing, I'd love to know your outcome. So, at least you can't forget the demo here for Levia this time. Hey Pockets, how you doing? Want a game against Helen next 2 games to see her being played before you have to play her? I've played her a few times already, Pockets. Maybe we could do this offline if I find time. Right now I'm trying to get through the heroes because I want to complete this part of the tournament before the week is over. I'm doing very well, Golden Donkey. How are you doing? It's been a while. Okay, so Pleiades is next. For Pleiades, the deck that I have is... Let me check the deck that I have. I don't know what the deck list is that I found. This is, again, a pure blocking. This is fatigue. It's disgusting. Settings. So this is calling Brisbane 5th. I watched the video from Yuto, but it was quite a different list. So I think the person that made this, they're called Madeleine Southwood. They went Brisbane 5th, and that's the list that I picked. Right? It's been a while, Golden. Yeah, how are you doing? How are things in Malta? So, my general thoughts about Pleiades and why she is where she is, right? Pleiades Superstar. She is 33rd out of 34 heroes in the current meta, according to the Wilson score. She has a 28.3% win rate across 46 games. So not a lot of games, but the win rate is abysmal. So again, this is Madeleine Southwood's top 8 finish at the Calling in Brisbane. I think this is the best result with her that I could find by far. It may be the best result Pleiades has ever produced. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. He has gotten some support in Compendium of Wraith, especially with the Revere cards. I don't think it did a lot for her. I think my game plan on this deck is, like we just played Betsy, it's a lot of blocking and trying to set big attacks like Righteous Cleansing. I think that's what she wants to do, and especially in this deck. And I think her game plan is too simplistic to really do much in the current meta. I think the data is saying pretty clearly that she shouldn't make it into the main round of the pound for pound tournament. She's 33rd of 34 heroes, so let's see if she can beat the odds. I think one of the key things that I have to try and make work is By the Book is a really good card if you can make it happen, if it's relevant. And then just the 4 blocks, the smash ups, winning the clashes. Swing the hammer. Win clash, swing hammer. I think she's one of the heroes where I really have not a lot of reps, and I'm not sure I know enough about her to do well. Right. So, with that being said, we introduce her properly before we go into the first game with her. The lights, the stage, the moment. Pleiades was built for all of it. Not every star burns bright in competition. This one is about to find out whether the spotlight follows her here too. Pleiades Superstar! Fun, fun, fun. Right, good. Let's try this. Can we make a win happen on her? I hope so. I hope so. She lost a really good matchup in KO. That hurt a bit. Yeah, okay. She was briefly meta. I guess the meta shifted too much. I don't think she's very good. Preparing for Rotterdam? Nice, Golden. Alright, so we have Fang. I think I'm gonna go first. I just want to get cards. I think I'm gonna play... Wait, what's the equipment that we're using? Tunic. Oasis could be a reasonable choice here. Oasis could be a reasonable choice. Let's go for 62. I am going to play... So Fang plays quite a bit of defense reactions at this point, right? I don't know if Miller's Grindstone will be very good here. I'm tending to go Sledge instead. Just a way to think is like, they play red defense reactions now, which a lot of will be blocked. Mills might be blocked. Sigma, can I help you? Are you okay? Alright, good. Let's try this. I'm not sure these are the right choices. So would they bring D-React into you? That's a good question. That's a good question, Beat. We'll find out. Alright.
Round 1. Fight.
Okay, so... if we play Macho Grande here, I could get some damage in. But we keep that for later. I want to keep the Command and Conquer here. We're just Slam Sledge. Dynastic Diadem. Don't be destroyed by the opponent's effects. Okay. That's a really good card. I could see why he would play that. Jurus is really hard to Victor, which is her problem. Her other problem is that Miller's is vital for her, so when Victor goes away, so does Miller's. Ah. Right, so we got some damage in here, which is a good start. Good start to the game. By the way, if you guys just joined the stream, and if you want to know what it's all about, I have a brand new challenge where I'm playing a huge tournament over the next few weeks. If you want to go find out more about that, watch the video that I just put in chat. Alright, CNC, they've already got a Felty. That is not what I wanted to see. I'm quite happy to swing a CNC here. Grisu, thank you so much for the subscription with Prime, my dude. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So I think what I want to do here is block with Pulverize, block with Test of Iron Grip. Dude, how ripped is this dude, by the way? Keep the blue to swing Command and Conquer and keep us Command and Conquer. That's what I want to do. I'm gonna block for 4 here. I honestly do not know how to properly block into Fang. I don't know. I really, really don't know how to play against them. Which is not good if you're trying to make a win happen. It's really not the way to go. Alright, blocking for 3. So, wait, hold on. Clash of the attacking hero. If the winner of the other hero discards a card. Do we not have a winner? They reveal the Blade Fury. Wait, did the clash not happen? Am I being dumb? Okay, so we went through that without taking any damage and they lost their fealty. It could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse. We're just gonna sling the Command and Conquer. I just made a mistake. What I should have done is play the Command and Conquer from Arsenal. Because then we could fake pummel? No, I don't think so. We got the for the Rakai. Okay, 35 to 40. One. What is this hand? We need to keep 1 card and a 20 counter to swing another Command and Conquer. What are you taking to Rotterdam, Donkey? It's +3, so we're going for 2 here. We can play the Staunch, but the problem with that, of course, is we can block whatever they're swinging, but then I don't have enough resources. Of course I do. Yeah, we do. So I'm gonna play the Staunch Response here. That's a block. And that's a Blade Flurry. So it's not a block anymore. So we're taking 2 damage. And they have no arsenal. Draw a card. When this enters or leaves the arena, but I can't pay for it. Jarl? Nice, dude. I love it. Hopefully we'll see you on stream. I'd love to see that Jarl play. I do think I think this is probably a mistake, swinging the Command and Conquer here with no target. But I want to take some damage. Like, I want to keep them honest with their life points. And yeah, if you enjoy the stream and you haven't subscribed yet on Twitch, then drop a subscription. And if you're watching on YouTube, follow and like. Maybe consider turning off your ad blocker for a second so I get that sweet 0.002 $. Shelter here. Blocking the 4. That's just 1. Certainly it's just 1, right? Could have used a fealty here, but I wonder if that was the right play. Two fealties now. We can't... I'd love for them not to get to 3. You know what would be really good here? A Command and Conquer. I think this is the best play, which is Hammer for 6. How did Betsy do? Scorched Rose really well for a long time, and then it just got out of hand really quickly. But as a reminder, like, I will upload all of these games as separate videos to a new playlist that I will have on YouTube. I've prepared new thumbnails, everything is ready to go. And it'll be cut up into individual games. So you can, if you want to catch up like on individual games, especially once we enter the main bracket, right? If you want to catch up how, you know, Reiner did against Dorinthia, etc., it'll be really easy to do that. I don't know how fast I'll be able to upload them, but I think reasonably quick. We'll get there, Scorched Earth. We'll get there. Scorched Earth. Scorched Rose. Alright. So... Hunt's End. I actually love to see a Hunt's End block. Does that mean... Well, they can't use it here, obviously, because they don't have 3 fealties. Does this potentially mean they cannot generate another fealty on this turn? I wonder if this gives us a lot of information what they have in their hand, actually. Because if you can generate another fealty on this turn, certainly you wouldn't block with this. Like, this gets 1 more value on attack than it does on defense. So the Oasis in Arsenal, which is a bit sucky because I don't have the Faendal Springton encounter. This may just be another Sledgehammer turn. One. Okay. Let's see what else they have. This gives it +2. 4. I could prevent that. I'm gonna wait for the next attack before I commit blocks. $28 to 30. If this attacks here, if you play another red card, just mark them. Okay. Okay, so block for 5. Swing the hammer. And the sigil for 3 extra life goes to the bottom of the deck as well. Yeah, I mean, that explains why they blocked with Hunt's End, right? They didn't have a way to create another fealty. Which is something really good to recognize. I'm still not sure if that was the right decision from them to do that. Alright, they're keeping a 5-card hand here, so this must be strong. Sadly, I'm just 1 resource away from being able to play Oasis. What do we have here? All 3 blocks. This is a 3 block, this is a 3 block. Let's take some equipment here. Do I want to pay? No. Okay, so that's for 2. Well, the next one gets +3. Ooh, scar tissue 5 now. Okay. Alright. Now it's getting dangerous. I should have anticipated that, considering they kept their whole hand. So, March of Loyalty. If you've created a fealty token this turn, they did. They did. Let me block like this. If I take some extra damage here, I can then use the Arcanite Skull Cap for its full effect. Yeah, Vash, maybe. Maybe. I should have. I was thinking about it. I wasn't sure. You control too much this when it hits, mark them. I am already marked. Yeah, I was wondering if I should use the Oasis here, but I think I want to wait for the tunic counter. I mean, this wasn't the last big attack here, right? Let's use some daggers. Okay. Got it, got it, got it. Defense next so much. Okay. -1. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna hammer again. Sledge. Sledge for 6. Why do many things if you can do few things? FaBlazing is one of the easiest decks to sideboard with. No Guardian, Mill's Shield. Hey, this is... I mean, yeah. I wasn't sure in this matchup because I was worried about the defense reactions, right? I think you guys were correct that I probably shouldn't worry about defense reactions in this matchup. Yeah. FaBlazing isn't highly valued right now, but look at the hoops they had to jump through just to keep life gold barrier. You can contently swing the hammer forever. It's quite simple, right? It's just like block, 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 swing hammer. I do enjoy the hammer life. I feel very judged. Alright, there we go. I have a 4-card hand. We got... This is the first time we're seeing smash ups. And this is a... No, it's a 3-block. Okay. I think... Undo block. I'm gonna do this. Do this. I'm wondering if this is correct. I don't think so, but it's a nice 4-4 block. This I'll block with the smash up. So this is costs 4, right? So we need enough resources. Do you want... Oh my god. Oh my god. I got the toughness. Okay. I was anticipating reactions here, right? That's why I didn't play the shelter yet. I think, I mean, I'll just take the 2. It doesn't really... I'm really worried it's getting out of hand here. 4 Felty. I'm not sure I'll be able to get them off the Felty again this game. Oh, I know you are. Archeo as a Guardian? Do I play Smash Up here? Actually, we'll block for 2. Now that Arcanite Skullcap is live. Wait, did my mouse just die? Everything else is fine, right? Oh no. Something froze for a second. I think we're okay. The stream is laggy? Oh no. Looks fine now. I think it was just like a blip. Are we back, or is lag continuing? Alright. It doesn't look laggy on my sides. No drop frames or anything. It's fine now. I think my computer froze for a second. As a temporary wobble. It was a temporary wobble. I think I just my computer froze for a second there. It's like, stop with this Guardian slop. I think the one thing that I'm worried about is that they haven't really used their Valiant Dynamos. Now they're keeping a 5-card hand as well. This is really worrying. I don't think they're gonna draw. We never left. We never left. Don't call it a comeback. Let's mark a target opposing hero. They even have cards that they can discard because they're fine. Okay. What is happening? I'm not winning any clashes. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised in this deck, right? So they have to the point at the top of their deck. Shouldn't be fully surprised. I'm gonna have to... 3 cards left in their hand, dude. That's very scary. Especially since they had a choice, right? Play a real class? I mean, I will when I can. $16-21. Firmly in the out of control bracket now. 6 Felty. Oh, we're not getting those Felties back, boys. We're not getting them back. I kept his hand, of course I can play the Command and Conquer. That is kind of like what I was putting all my money on. That and the prayer. That the gods may be merciful. Alright, so what do they block? I mean, the thing is, it's too easy to block, right? Like, a naked CNC is so easy to block. Especially if you can use 2 equipments. I think they got it well under control. I don't want to be dooming here, but I think they got it under control. Could have used that card last turn. 5. Hey, Mage Armor, how you doing? Alright, we're gonna block for 7 here. Come on, let me win a clash. Let me win a clash, please. Come on.
Show me what you got!
Oh, that could be good. Oh, this could be good. It's definitely good. Because that was the card that they wanted to use to go over my block. So they're attacking for 1. This is gonna block for 4. Because of the fealty and the toughness. That spells... If they're using a fealty, you know they can go over, right? They're giving it go again to... Y? What's the last card? Yep. Oh, they used it so they had to use the Draconic card because they hadn't used the Draconic card up to that point. That's why they did that. Would have been nice if all their fealties would have gone. And we just slapped them for 6. I definitely think I mis-sideboarded this. I think that just going into it and that was making my life so much harder. Because the sledge really doesn't... Like, Miller's Grindstone, the thing is about that they have to care. It's not just damage, it's actually an on-hit. So they have to care about blocking it a lot more than Sledge. Yeah, I should have done that instead. Well, live and learn. We live and learn. That's why I'm doing all of this, right? At the end of the day, it's about me learning to play different heroes. That was the genesis of this challenge, right? It's like, what can I do to try and improve at the game again? And one of the things that you can do is play different heroes and get to know play patterns and, you know, do different things. I'm gonna use my Arcanite Skullcap here because I'm lower life at the moment, so this actually does something. Moment, so we do get an extra block. It's such a weirdly efficient weapon as long as it never gets the -1 counters. Exactly, Donny, but the way that the clashes have been going in this game, I would have definitely gotten a -1 there. At one point. Alright, so we do have the staunch response here. If necessary. The Ripple Away can be quite good in this matchup as well, right? Okay, we're gonna not block this. I'm gonna assume I can just use... Okay. So we're gonna go for 4 here. Gonna play the staunch response. Seven. They do have more cards in their hand. I can block 4, but then I can't do anything. So is it worth taking 5 here? I don't think so. I think we just block. I need to get into the mindset that I just need to block, right? I block. It's what I do. They're running out of cards. I'm not running out of cards. I'm not running out of cards. You're running out of cards. I love Fiddler's Screen on dagger attacks. Now, obviously, this one is going to get pumped, right? But it's still, this is still 4 against 4. How many Hunt Scent left? 2. We've only seen 1. Two left. Hey, Sack Attack, how are you doing? Yeah, scary, isn't it? Scary. Scary, scary. Trying to win a toughness here. No. We'll keep that 7. Oh, there it is. You called for it. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, what's happening here? Oh. Well. Things will turn for a bad here. That means 1 left. At least I'm back to 8. So. Can we do it? If they do it again, I might just be dead. Let's do... I have to block these. Like, I can't not block them, right? At this point, I need to block every dagger. Do I want to... Yes. I should stop giving them toughness tokens. I don't really need to give them anything. I think they're good enough as it is. That is a fair point, Sigma. That is a fair point. Okay, so I'll actually block 6 here. Jeez! Stop giving them toughness tokens! What is happening? Just tuned in, why did you submit Legends to this EMU? Because this is like my 4th game on this hero. I don't know how to play the hero. And I thought they would be running defense reactions, which I have found out since is incorrect. Encore, welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a fantastic day, but clearly I made a mistake in sideboarding because I don't know the matchup, right? It's all part of the learning process. How are you doing? Good to have you. So, I'm just trying to stay alive here right now. They are keeping a 5-card hand. Oath of Loyalty. Alright, I just try not to die to Hunt's End. Sigma, that's a fair point, right? I didn't know that, yeah. They have, dude, look at that hand. Look at that hand. They're keeping 4 cards here on this 1 dagger. So I'm blocking 4. I'm getting another 3 life backs, and I'm getting another 3 here. Basically into Guardians, Huntsman, the rest is Millers and Rampart. Got it down, Core. That's really good. That's actually really helpful information. It's really helpful information. Right, so. By the way, I'm doing a challenge, right? And what I'm doing at the moment is I'm playing the worst heroes that are out there right now. Oh. Oh, yo. This is so scary. They still have a dagger left. This may be GG here. Yeah, this could be... This could be it. Actually, no. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna keep the Sigil because it does give me a bit of a wild card to try and save myself another turn. Okay, 6 into 8. We pass. The Sigil of Solace goes to Arsenal. Okay, second Sigil. Maybe I should have not sent them to the bottom. Tough smash up, come on. Win one in my way. No, it's not happening today. I do have to block every dagger now, right? I just have to. Because otherwise I'm just dead. Keeping a Sink Below an Arsenal would be really good at the end of this turn. They still have a 5-card hand though, so... We shall see. I don't think that's in the cards for me. Marked. 5. We'll block 3. If I didn't have the 2 sigils, there's a good possibility I just die here. Let's see what they do first before I add any reactions. To the point. That is 10. Blocking 7. Do I sink the sigil? No. The extra draw, but there's nothing I can do about the draw. Oh, I did see what's on top, right? Yeah. Oh, to go again. To go again, guys. I don't think I lived through this. Yeah, they just need one. They just need one. They don't have it. I live to see another day. But this is... I have 2 blocks now, so... The hunt's end is gonna kill me, right? As soon as they find the 3rd hunt's end, that's gonna be... it. At the very latest. Ooh, yikes. I think this may be it here. I have to throw my whole 5 blocks at it, and if they have a hunt, and I'm just dead. Nope, but I can give it a go again. Okay, GG. Well, there we go. Round of applause. 3 games played today. 3 losses. Okay, yeah, I'm dead. Okay, I'm okay. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You win. Right, okay, so... we played 3 games in the in round. Yuzuri, Betsy, and Playis. We do not know yet who's gonna make it into the main tournament. So what will happen is... my stream is over. The stream... I'm back tomorrow to continue playing the playing groups. I hope that when we play Levia and Hala, we're gonna get one of them making it into the main tournament. If not, if I lose with the 2 of those as well, I will go back to the top and start with Azuri again. And if we still don't have a winner at the end of the stream tomorrow that I can progress into the main tournament, then I don't know what we're gonna do. Livia's win is happening. Bamboo, it could. It could. But she lost claws. Don't forget that. I just 40-0 boost Teklo. Oh god. F for played, she's a legit deck. Dude, she's not. I don't think she is. The win percentage, the tournament results just say she's not, you know. Prove me wrong, but the data is saying she's not a legit deck. To be fair, like, I definitely didn't play her to the maximum of her capabilities here today. Right. I sideboarded incorrectly. I think if I take Miller's Grindzone in this matchup, it could have been a very different game. I do think Miller's here and the shield make a big difference how this game goes. I'm not sure if I'm well versed enough on her into this matchup that I always struggle. I always struggle against warriors. I don't know if I can make enough of a difference, but I think it would have been a significant difference. But anyway, if you like the stream, if you haven't liked and subscribed yet, you know, as always, please do that. It just really helps get the word out there. If you enjoyed that, that's the best thing you can do. The best thing you can do is just like, follow, subscribe, depending on which platform you're on. If you enjoyed the stream, if you're new here, welcome to the stream. If you've been around for a while, thank you for the support. Again, I'm at the very start of the pound for pound challenge. We started the stream with the draft of these groups. I'm currently trying to identify who is going to make the cut here in the qualifier slot. And then next week we start for earnest. If you have any questions, watch the video that you find under !P4P to get more information. And otherwise, join the Discord to join the prediction bracket where you can win these cool sleeves. I mean, look at this art. Who doesn't want... You want these sleeves. I know you want these sleeves, right? So I'm going to open up the predictions as soon as we know the last qualifier for the tournament. Join the Discord. Be part of it. I'd love to have you around for the ride. I hope you enjoyed it so far. And as always, thank you hugely for your support. I want those sleeves. All right, you know what to do then. Anyway, that's it from me for now. I will upload all these games to YouTube, so if you missed them, if you want to watch them back, the VOD is available right now on YouTube, but I will cut them up into individual games as well. And with that, I think I will just do one more thing before we leave, and then we'll call it a day. One more thing. One more thing. A moment! And then she picks the fight. Uzuri has been in the shadow of the meta for long enough. The knife is already moving. Uzuri Switchblade! Thanks everyone. Thanks for being here today. Love you all. See you soon. Bye-bye.